All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Demonstone, 1990. Giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was pretty decent. Surprised Karate Man doesn't know about this movie. But then again, I don't expect him to watch this. He's only concerned about the stuff that he's interested in, which is kind of the opposite of the purpose of this channel, because I've got nothing but his stuff on my on the bottom of my Netflix queue. It seems like, but we're not here to judge Karate Man. We're here to do a movie review. Demonstone is a 1990 Australian action thriller film directed by Andrew Prowse. The reason why Karate Man doesn't know about it is because it's got only 210 ratings on IMDb. Gets a 4.7 out of 10, which is pretty mediocre. I'm giving it 4 to 5 stars. I liked it. I thought it was pretty decent. I'm liking Nancy Everhard. She's kind of buffed and flat-chested, and she's got freckles. I don't know what it is about her, but the only nude scene per se wasn't much. I mean, the camera was pointed at her back the whole time, which was a bummer. She was in Nancy Everhard. She was in The Punisher and oh man. She was in The Punisher, another 48 Hours. She was in a lot of 90s TV shows. Deep Star 6. Deep Star 6. Yeah, we liked her in Deep Star 6. Born November 30th, 1957 in Wadsworth, Ohio, USA. Known for The Punisher, another 48 Hours, The Untouchables. She's been married to Tom Armande since July 26, 1996. They have one child. Too bad she didn't marry me. Oh, well. Such is life. My grandmother told me life is not fair. The film stars Ermey, Jan Michael Vincent, and Nancy Everhard. Deep Star 6, The Punisher, Reasonable Doubts, The Untouchables, and Everwood. The film tells the story of 2 U.S. Marines in Manila investigating a series of crimes. That reminds me, I got to put Nancy Everhard's name on the another 48 Hours description. It was shot under the working title Heartstone. 2 Marine, it's rated R, an hour 28 minutes, or let's see, production company International Film Entertainment, distributed by Freeze Entertainment. Release date February 9th, 1990. Countries Australia, USA, and Philippines. This is an Aussie ploitation flick, or whatever you call it. 2 U.S. Marine investigators looking into a series of grisly murders in Manila discover that the crimes are tied to an amulet with a 40-year-old curse on it that has unleashed supernatural forces which can possess people. There you go. It's got Ermey. He's got some pretty good one-liners, lots of cool explosions, pretty good action. Jan Michael Vincent, we all know who he is. Jan Michael Vincent. Look at him now. He's like, oh man. I'm looking at a picture of him now. And, he looks like a homeless dude. Actually, he died in 2019. Sorry. Jan Michael Vincent was involved in 3 severe automobile collisions. And it's funny, and he barely survived them. Drinking while driving is so much fun. He was charged with felony assault in 1986, alcoholism, intravenous drug use for much of his life. Oh man, this guy was something else. In 2014, he had his leg amputated, and he was using a prosthetic limb. But sometimes he was forced to use a wheelchair. He died in 2019 due to a cardiac arrest. Bradycardia, a decreased heart rate. That's everything you want to know about Jan Michael Vincent. I guess his movie career went downhill after Battle with the Bottle, Battle with the Needle. More movies like this: Haunting Fear, Driving Force, Dirty Games, and Circle of Fear. All of which Karate Man has all 5 movies Karate Man hasn't recommended. The 2 U.S. Marine investigators, older tough Marine Colonel Joe Haynes and his younger friend Andy Buck, investigate a series of grisly murders in Manila, Philippines. They soon discover that the crimes are tied to an amulet with a 400-year-old curse on it that has unleashed a supernatural force that wants revenge. Buck falls for TV reporter Sharon Gale, so do I, who's there to cover the story. Unfortunately, she gets possessed and she becomes an unstoppable killing machine. Andrew Prose replaced Brian Trenchard Smith as director due to medical problems suffered by Trenchard Smith. This is referenced in Why Horror 2014. And the featured review on IMDb says, mildly entertaining mix of action, flick, and supernatural horror. This is, they're giving it a 6 out of 10. I'm rating a little bit higher, actually. This is by Humanoid of Flesh, dated October 4th, 2005. A beautiful television correspondent. Yeah. And her svelte figure, as somebody else described it, finds herself possessed by a vengeful demon, a former Chinese mystic who was slain by a Filipino warlord 500 years before. I thought it was 400 years. Before the mystic died, he swore he would slowly destroy all of his descendants. Before the mystic died, he swore he would slowly... Why does it say it twice? The mystic makes good on his promise, and the victims are killed ritually and branded with the mark of the dreaded Demonstone to prove the revenge. The reincarnation of the warlord, now a corrupt Filipino politician, those are a dime a dozen, tries to tries to find the killer, but he has no luck until a U.S. Marine, Tony McKee, is found near one of the recent victims. The politician immediately frames him for the death. Demonstone plays better as a straight action flick with lots of gunfights. The horror sequences seem out of place. I thought they were cool. Her eyes turn. Her eyes have lights in them, and they shine on the Filipino dudes, the bad guys, the corrupt politician's family, and then they melt like the Wicked Witch from the West. The acting is decent. The action almost never lets up. Unfortunately, the horror moments are poorly done. I thought they were great. 6 out of 10. I'm rating it higher. This is going to be one of those so bad that it's good type movies. And it's got all the actors that I mentioned in it. So it should have at least some interest to Karate Man, but don't expect him to go running to find this. There's the Demonstone. Pretty cool looking cover. Lots of explosions. You see one of them right there. There's Ermey with his machine gun and his military fatigue. I think that's this is Jan Michael Vincent on this side. I don't know if you can see it. He's got another gun. They're gun crazy on this one. I don't know what they're doing in the Philippines to begin with, but City of Women. Fellini flick. We got art house cinema here, but it's 2 hours and 19 minutes. I have a feeling I'm not going to like this one, but the disc looks pretty cool. There's Fellini's boy right there staring at a bunch of women with sunglasses. City of Women. Probably Fellini's perverse fantasy. He always comes up with these fantasies of his. He makes them into a movie. There's Rudy Ray Moore, Petey Wheatstraw. Now that's a cool looking disc. Devil's Son-in-Law. Petey Wheatstraw, Devil's Son-in-Law. All right. So I'll try to get through these two. I know my son's going to force me to memorize all this Catholic stuff tomorrow. Plus, I got to cut my hair. Plus, I'm in the process of still watching episodes from the Renegade TV show that Karate Man recommended. Plus, I got to work on my list. About a quarter of the way through, completing my combined list. And yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do. But anyways, pretty cool flick, mildly entertaining, mix of action and supernatural horror. It's kind of like what was Chuck Norris horror movie? Hellbound. It's like Hellbound. That's the only way I can describe it. Later.